comic relief. I have to say, if I was a clone, I would not be scared of these dudes.
No.
I've thought about that ever since I was little. Like, I just would not be scared. Like, I don't know. Personally, I'm just like, they're kind of just like faceless goons, but I think they do a good job. I kind of just put them in good.
Yeah, I would agree there.
No, nothing. Nothing. I don't have any outstanding droid. Well, I do. I do have one specific droid memory. I think it's in the Clone Wars, the movie, where there's like you'll see in the background this clone that just goes up and he tries to punch the droid.
Yeah.
Yeah, what an
Oh,
idiot, dude.
there's, gosh, there's a, I think it's Lego Star Wars, the Skywalker Saga video game. In when you're playing through Revenge of the Sith, um, it's right when like Anakin and Obi-Wan are getting ready to enter Grievous's flagship. There's the battle droid getting ready to retire, and it's like they're throwing this retirement party for one battle droid, and they've got a
Oh
cake and
yeah,
everything, and then Anakin and Obi-Wan come in and wreck the whole thing. So there's a really funny clip that you can find of that. But yeah, the droids are just fun. They're not intimidating. I feel like the Lego
yeah,
versions really like they're just a whole lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, there's not really much else to say about battle droids.
yeah. I don't know. I do not remember this guy's name. I know you like Rogue One, but what's?
Baze Malbus, I believe.
Yeah.
Um,
I
I would
I
just
don't.
put him at good.
Yeah, I don't have any outstanding feelings about him.
Yeah,
Um,
I feel like out of all of the Rogue One characters, he's the. I mean, he's the one that you have the least of a connection to. Like you only connect with that guy because he's best friends with like Cheer, the blind one,
yeah,
and he's cool. But like Baze is, I mean, he's got a few lines with Jin, but other than that, there's just not a whole lot of him. But I mean, what there is of him, you do enjoy. So yeah, there's nothing outstanding. I don't think.
yeah. I like that's my kind of my one of my issues with Rogue One is that like there are so many characters and we don't really spend enough time with them. Like the only ones that I really know their names are Andor and Jyn Erso. Like I couldn't
Yeah.
tell you any of the other characters' names. Just and they're all kind of like one dimensional. But yeah, next BB-8. He he does he does things.
Yeah.
He's mostly just there to be like a puppy.
hmm
Um,
I, I feel like I would just put him with Meh with like Baby
yeah,
Yoda.
he's just not as iconic. Like
hmm
it's he's always going to be second fiddle to R2D2. Like there's nothing he can
Yeah.
do. I mean, just yeah, just
Although I do like the scene in like Force Awakens where Finn is like lying to Rey about being from the Resistance, and so then he's pleading with BB-8 to go along with it, and then he does like the little thumbs up thing.
yeah.
That that's cute.
Dude,
Um,
I plan on like I said earlier, I rewatched the prequels and I plan on watching the original trilogy like this week. I
mhm.
do want to rewatch the sequels just because I haven't seen them since Return or not Return. Um, Rise of Skywalker came out, so I do kind of want to revisit them. But
Yeah,
yeah, I do remember BB-8 is cute. Kind of in the same category as Grogu, where it's like they do kind of minimal stuff to the plot. They're mostly just there to sell toys and be cute.
yeah.
Um, but yeah, next Bib Fortuna. Um, what what a guy! I actually have an old school action figure of this guy. I don't know why, but I do.
Goat. No, I'm just kidding.
I,
I would just put him at Meh.
yeah, he's just kind of there. He's doing, he's getting paid. I'm sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Boba
Boba
Fett.
Fett.
Dude, I love Boba Fett.
Boba Fett's pretty
Um,
cool.
Not the book of Boba Fett. I have been watching YouTube videos about his Legends
Uh huh.
canon, even his like canon now. Dude is just cool. Like
Yeah.
I've been really yeah, I love his arc in the Clone Wars show when we get to see him try to
Hmm.
get revenge on Mace Windu and stuff.
Yeah.
I love and then we can see him watch get a little bit older because he's even in that episode where Obi-Wan goes undercover as a bounty hunter.
Yep.
Like he's in that prison and he breaks out. Um, I mean, I will say the Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett has kind of hurt my appreciation of Boba Fett
Hmm.
more so than Han Solo hitting him in the jetpack with a
Yeah.
spear.
I feel like if we were going without Book of Boba Fett, if we were doing like Legends Boba Fett, you could put him at legendary.
Yeah,
But if we're talking about like canon Boba Fett, I feel like you can just put him at amazing. Like,
yeah. Like you said, if we were doing Legends, I would be up at either GOAT or Legendary. But with the new canon and stuff, I would be just like great or amazing.
mm-hmm.
Um,
I feel like we have to put him at amazing.
yeah,
Um, just because I mean he's Boba Fett. Like if we're talking like excluding Book of Boba Fett, even if we're just doing canon, I feel like you could put him at legendary. But then once you put Book of Boba Fett in, if you're just going off of that character, you might put him at meh or
yeah.
good. And so I feel like if we put him at amazing, that's a good compromise between all the different facets.
You know, I really wish that the surprise twist of the Mandalorian would have been that Mando was Boba Fett the whole time, and like you know how hyped that would have been if we were like, oh, it's a new Star Wars character, but we don't know anything about him,
Uh huh.
and then he takes off his helmet and it's freaking Tamora Morrison. Do you know how hyped everyone would be? Because like the Mandalorian, like Mando is who we all like expected,
Right.
Boba Fett to be like. And Boba Fett came into the show and he was not like that.
Mm-hmm. My only
Yeah.
problem with that would be like the whole not taking the mask off thing.
Yeah.
Um, like the Mandalorian cult. Um, yeah, that would have been odd for Boba Fett. I feel like for his character,
Yeah.
but still, yeah, like the essence of Mando is what we wanted Boba Fett to be.
Also, Boba Fett might be the best character design in all of Star Wars. Maybe.
Maybe, yeah,
Um,
you could definitely make that argument.
if he's not the best, he's got to be in the top five, top three,
Definitely.
for sure.
I feel like you
Next.
could put Plo Koon up there too. Like
Oh
the
yeah, Plo
design.
Koon. Plo Koon is such a great design.
I'm sure we'll get to
Uh,
him eventually.
he's got to be on the list. He's one of those fan favorites.
Yeah.
Next is this guy from Rogue One. I don't know his
Bodhi
name.
Rook.
Yeah.
I would also just
I'm,
I
I
feel like
think
I might
meh.
put him at meh.
Yeah, I don't really remember him that well.
He's
But
a
this,
turncoat from the Imperials. He
oh,
was an Imperial pilot, and then he changes sides in Rogue One.
yeah, I guess I got, yeah. I haven't seen that movie in forever, so no. But this guy,
Boss Nass.
he's got to be up, dude. He's not there for a long time, but man, he makes his mark, dude. No, but in all seriousness, I think he would just be in like meh or good. Like he's there,
Yeah.
he exists. Um, not too terribly like important to the plot. Um, I mean, I guess he is because he does, unite the people or whatever.
Yeah. Under the influence of a mind trick.
Yeah, I mean, Qui Gon does some worldly great things sometimes. but I think I'll just put him in meh or good.
Yeah,
Like he is there. But yeah, Bosk.
Balask.
I This is another one kind of like Boba Fett, where he's had a lot of really good Legends stuff.
Yeah.
Um, I love in Clone Wars when he says, "If you mess with Boba, you mess with me."
Hmm.
I love like kind of like their partnership. But then again, he is just kind of like a cool design. Like he doesn't have a whole lot going on for himself
Yeah.
outside of Boba Fett.
I think you
Um,
could put him at good.
yeah, he is definitely scary though.
Oh yeah.
Like that arc where Ahsoka gets lost on. I don't think
Uh,
it's Felucia, but he gets
Trandosha.
Trandosha, and the Trandoshans are hunting the
Yeah.
younglings. Such a good arc, like that. That legitimately scared me as a kid.
That's a good like character development arc for Ahsoka, where like she
Yeah,
is without a master and she kind of has to teach the younglings or the other Padawans that are there. Um, yeah, that's a good arc.
uh, next, C-3PO. I feel like it's hard not to try to put him in legendary, just because he is so
Yeah.
iconic. Um, Also, great character design, inspired by Metropolis by Fritz Lang.
Hmm.
Um,
And Anthony Daniels does such an amazing job as C-3PO.
and just the fact
Just
that
so
he's
good.
just down to be C-3PO all the time, I really
Yeah.
respect. I think that's cool. Because I hate it when actors are like, "Oh, I hate the franchise I'm in." Like Harrison Ford, like that
Hmm.
annoys me. But I love that like Anthony Daniels is like, "Yeah, I love C-3PO. Like he is, you know, he's paid my bills. I love him."
Hmm.
But yeah, I think legendary for me.
I agree.
Um,
Cad Bane.
it's hard not to put this guy in amazing or legendary. I think.
Yeah, I would say he's man. I think you could put him at amazing. I feel like that's a good place to put him.
Yeah, I think I think Boba Fett is probably my favorite bounty hunter, but
Hmm.
Cad Bane, he's got to be in the top three of Star Wars bounty
He's a
hunters.
close second. Yeah, honestly,
And
just like the Western vibe that you get from Cad Bane is just so good, and especially in like early Clone Wars, like he is intimidating. Like he's dangerous to not just like the clones, but to Jedi too.
yeah, but like you said,
He can
the
tangle
whole
with the best of them.
the Western aesthetic works really good. I love this bit. It's in the same arc where Obi-Wan goes undercover and Anakin and
Yeah.
Ahsoka are looking for him. And Ahsoka's like, "Oh, there's Cad Bane." And Anakin's like, "Well, how do you know?" And Ahsoka's like, "No one would wear a hat like that but Cad Bane." Yeah, talk about icon. Uh,
Yeah.
Next is Captain Phasma. I'm kind of tempted to put
Ah,
her in meh or terrible because before Force Awakens came out, we all thought like, oh, she might be like the new Boba Fett, like she's gonna be
yeah.
awesome. But then, I mean, she like immediately gives up to Finn and Han Solo where to go to find Rey and stuff, and then she gets beat by Finn, and I don't know.
I'm gonna say terrible, just because we put a lot in Matt already.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't know.
but then yeah, like she doesn't do a whole lot, and when she shows like she's supposed to be super intimidating, but then when she's on screen and interacting with other characters, she's not intimidating at all. So yeah, she's just played for jokes. So I think terrible.
Waste of a great actress too. I can't remember the name of the actress, but she's in Game of Thrones.
Yeah,
She's such a good actress, and she was just wasted. Also, such a great character design, wasted. I don't know. When I
yep,
see Captain Phasma, I think wasted opportunity.
yeah.
Um, Next is Captain Rex.
Captain Wax.
Um, I gotta say, it's hard not to put him in legendary or amazing. I think like he is the face of the clones.
Yeah, I think you could probably put him. Oh, I don't think he's goat status. I think
No,
legendary or amazing. I'm tempted to put him at legendary.
yeah, I think legendary. like he was like the face of the Clone Wars show. Like in
Yeah,
terms of like toys and marketing,
yeah,
definitely. And also like I love how him and Ahsoka like their chemistry together, and then his
mhm,
chemistry with Anakin, great.
yeah. Especially in like Rebels, him interacting with Ahsoka in Rebels is always really sweet. And that's like one of the highlights in that show is their interactions. So yeah, I think Legendary is a good place for Rex.
Yeah.
Because I mean, who didn't want Rex's action figure?
See,
Like from the
I never could find one. Every
yeah,
time I went to Walmart, I could never find them. But
I'm sure if you look up like how much a Rex action figure costs right now, it would be anywhere from $60 to 100 within that
yeah,
range.
yeah, great. Also, great character design with the Jag
Yeah,
eyes and the skirt and the shield
yeah,
and
the
the just the
mixture between the Phase One helmet and the Phase Two helmet, where like he takes the bottom part of the Phase Two clone trooper helmet and then melds it together with the top half of the Phase Two. That's so cool. That's so cool.
yeah, awesome. But I mean, I'm chilling. I got a Commander Cody action figure. Cody's my boy, so I
Yeah.
don't. Yeah,